battle through a little bit of adversity there and still come away with a win. I thought they did a nice job of making a push there in the second half, got the ball inside, started hitting us pretty good on the boards, and I thought we responded, which is a good sign. I think the guys have stayed the course, and we've had some pretty good practices leading up to the last, couple weeks of the season. And, hopefully we can continue to play well and make a good push here coming down the stretch with a really tough St. Joe's team coming in here this week, and then we go on the road for a few. So we got a tough stretch ahead of us, but I think our guys are ready to compete and play.
Dante, there are guys that when they struggle in the first half, get in their own head and struggle in the second half. Seemed like for you down the stretch, even though you hadn't had the type of game that you sometimes do, you still looked confident in making big plays late.
Yeah, because I don't think I was struggling. I was just missing shots. So everybody missed shots. So I just stayed the course and just was playing my game.
Well, some guys miss shots and have a hard time shaking it off. Is that a strength of yours that you don't let that get to you?
Yeah, we've been working a lot, like with myself personally, with like just getting over things. Like if I miss a shot, just think about the next one, not the last one. So yeah.
Derek, when they were kind of just picking away at that lead, you guys need Dante to make a couple, Jabari during a stretch there, just to kind of keep things afloat and go step for step with them for a little bit.
Yeah, we had they started scoring the ball a little bit. I thought we missed some ones to kind of maybe get us a little cushion there, and it was nice to see a few guys on the offensive end make some big plays to kind of compensate for a few maybe defensive lapses or giving up a few defensive rebounds there that we desperately needed.
CJ, at any point when you were on crutches, did you think you'd be capable of doing playing at the intensity, the amount of minutes that you did today?
Yes, I did.
What?
No elaboration.
Well, is that when you first got injured? Were you worried about? Were you worried about it, or did you feel like you could shake it off?
Yeah, I was worried about it because they told me it's the same injury as Malik Hines. But I mean, once I started, walking around, got through the walkthrough. And I actually did a couple of exercises right before the game. I mean, I was feeling good, so once I step on the court, I don't feel anything.
Derek, did it seem like he did a lot of little things for you guys that contributed in a pretty big way?
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of how I see CJ, though, as a guy that's going to come up with a loose ball, extra possession rebound, finish in transition, and really just try to make winning plays. And he's kind of got that Memphis toughness to him on the floor, and that's why I was kind of hopeful that he was going to play today, because we did need his, some of the things that he gave us out there.
CJ, you rebound for a guard. You rebound more than most anyway. But against a team that rebounds as much as George Mason does, especially on the as much as they offensive rebound, did you feel like this was a game you kind of had to get in there and keep them from getting any extra possessions?
Yes, sir. Of course, that the bigs, they're always going to battle down there. They're going to get their rebounds, but we need, the guards to be down there with them, and just to help them out, give them, a little break or two. You know what I'm saying? Just you don't want them, down there battling, too hard, just getting rough, tough love. It's just good, just to be down there, to help them out.
It seemed like so many times that when they got the ball inside either Tompkins or Jenkins, you guys are kind of doubling with the guards or coming over when they put the ball up far. How important was that in slowing those guys down?
Huge. Those two are good. I mean, Jenkins gave us all we can handle a few years back as a freshman. And Thompson's been really good against us every time we've played them. So that's they're big, they're physical, and they're hard to handle one-on-one. So I thought our guards and kind of wing guys did a nice job of getting in there and mixing it up, and not leaving Tyler in space and Zeke Cole and even Rashawn down there by themselves. That was important for us.
They're not a great three-point shooting team in general, but 1 for 18, you feel kind of. You look at that and you feel like you dodged a bullet a little bit in a game like this when the team goes 1 for 18 against you.
It's nice to every once in a while have some fortuitous bounces instead of sometimes it always kind of going against you. But we missed some open threes I thought there in the second half too. So hey, we'll take it. Whether it was they missed shots, we made a miss, we rebounded, they didn't get rebounds, whatever. We'll take the win and kind of try to improve and get better from it.
Yeah, did you it seemed like you were playing some aggressive in-your-face defense, especially early, that forced some bad shots that didn't let them get into a rhythm.
Yeah, we did a nice job defensively. I wish we would have capitalized a little bit better when we had the game kind of moving in a lot of possessions where we didn't, finish some plays on the offensive end. So hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt us at some point if we play defense like that again.
Coach, Antoine had a couple of nice moves in the post today, 17 points obviously. Just what do you see from his performance, and are you happy with the shot selection?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. He's not settling. We talked about it. You know, he knows that one-legged kind of Kobe Bryant fade away. Hopefully we won't see that the rest of the year. And he gave us a good presence on that mid-post, kind of driving it to the rim where he gave us some good buckets. And I like that he went 2 for 2 from the free throw line. So that was a good game for him. He probably could up his rebound total just a tad. Just a little bit. But yeah, he's given us some of the stuff that I was hopeful that he could bring.
Space, are you a better player when you can get in the lane in a one-on-one situation and you know, head fake a guy and make a little spin move and kind of just control the action down there?
I believe so. I just think I'm a better player when I'm, more aggressive and, like you said, not settling. So, just being aggressive, just makes those kind of outcomes. If I can just get to the rim and, make my shots easier, not taking tough shots and, fadeaway and stuff like that.
Coach, just from an overall standpoint, can you talk about the balance in this scoring today? No 30-point scorers, but just.
I mean, we're a better team if it's a little more balanced instead of one guy having 30-something and maybe 9, 10. I think we should be with 4 or 5 guys in double digits just about every night out, I would assume. And if CJ and maybe Seth or one of those guys can kind of get into that double digits, that gives us a couple more scores there. So when it's a little more spread out, we did a better job tonight of like running offense and not settling for stuff early in the shot clock. Sometimes that's why our defense has been a little suspect, is because we're taking tough shots on offense and we're in some adverse defensive position. So I think our offense was a little better and we shared the ball and we moved them some, and then that led to good defense.
This might sound like a stupid question. Is Zach Coleman better when he has the bike? That he can stay loose and come and do those things rather with things that he doesn't have available to him on the road. It seems like in those games he's more active for you.
Yeah, and Zach, the bike is definitely helpful for him, and being home actually is helpful for him instead of the travel. The travel bothers him some, so we'll have to be conscious of the bike on the road now, and I'll make sure that we find one.
For
So.
either Dante or Space, is it you guys have that much more respect for CJ right now for his toughness, knowing that he's playing on a stress fracture on his foot?
I didn't expect anything different. I knew he wanted to play. I knew he's a competitor. For him not to play, that would have been very surprising. But knowing the guy CJ is, he's tough. He's just a competitor. He wants to win. So I didn't expect anything different.
Thank you,
Cool.
guys.
Thank you.